Give it a moment. All right, we're going apparently.
Yes.
Okay, hello, I'm Joel. I'm from Nerdzilla, the podcast made by nerds for nerds. I'm in Melbourne for Oz Comic Con, and with me is Rachel Luttrell, who is from Stargate. Hey, Rachel, how you doing?
Hello, I'm very good. I just flew in this morning, so slightly delirious, but all's well.
Now, you studied classical ballet, you studied music at the conservatorium. How do you therefore end up being in a science fiction kind of action series?
Oh, how funny. Well, I mean, obviously it came about in the regular way that it does for actors. I auditioned for it. But it seemed that Teyla became kind of a natural blend between my background as a dancer and her physical, prowess as a action kind of character. And they just kind of fell into this lovely rhythm.
So did you have to actually demonstrate some physical ability for it?
No. And the funny thing is, when I auditioned for her, she was not meant to be a physical character at all. It wasn't until James, shout out to James Bamford, who was our stunt coordinator at the time, saw me and figured that I could probably handle a little bit of it. And he taught me how to use the sticks, and he gave me this very crazy pattern to do over and over again. And I practiced it hundreds of times, and that's kind of how it developed. Yeah.
So what was the fighting style that they were developing for Teyla?
It was a mixture of different martial arts, particularly a martial art from the Philippines called Kali. And then he
Which is nasty. Nasty.
Which is a very, very nasty martial art. Teyla wasn't that nasty, but the sticks came from that background, because they used sticks and all kinds of very kind of nasty, as you said, looking weaponry. And then it was just kind of a blend between other things, and James used the fact that I was a dancer to kind of make it a little bit more elegant in a way. So in the end, it was really kind of just a unique mesh of many different things, but particularly Kali.
Because you do watch the guys when they pick up the sticks, which happens a few times, and they're just kind of bashing at things, whereas you're sweeping over and under.
Yes, it's true. I looked at and it is choreography. I mean, in the end, obviously you're not thrown on set and just fight. There's a choreography to it, and I looked at it like a dance, and so, yeah.
Have you kept up your practice? Do you want to fight?
Do I want to fight?
Carmela, my camera woman, is up for it.
So funny. No, I don't want to fight. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I only play one on television. My husband is a stunt performer, so he's a martial artist, and so, yeah, I mean, it's kind of part of our day-to-day. I mean, he's a fighter, and we work with different choreographies, just to help him work out certain things that he's doing on shows. At the moment, we have written a script where I will be playing the lead, and there's a lot of action involved in that. So have I kept it up? Yeah, I've kept it up. Mm-hmm.
So how was Teyla as a character sold to you if she wasn't the physical thing she became?
She appealed to me because, number one, she was human. Number two, she was from a different galaxy, which presented a very unique challenge that she had to be human and yet ethereal and otherworldly, and that's what really appealed to me. And that she was set apart from the rest of the team, and I loved that. Yeah.
I spoke to a couple of other women from the Stargate series last year, Elena Huffman and Sue-Ann Brown, and they basically told me at great length about what a boys' club it was on set, and how flatulent it was. Oh my God. So, I kind of want to know, who was the worst farter on Stargate Atlantis?
Oh my gosh. You know what? I got to say, first of all, what? That's a crazy... My son would love that question. He'd be all over that question. They asked her about farts. I got to say that the SG-1 set and the Atlantis set were actually very, very different sets. And I know that SG-1 was very dominated by Chris and by Michael. And, I mean, Amanda was super cool and super tough. But, yes, that was a very male-dominated set. And, yeah, we had a lot of boys on our set, too. But there wasn't a lot of crazy disgustingness happening. There really wasn't. There wasn't. It was a different vibe.
It is basically a pretty fun kind of show.
Yes.
Is it fun to make, or do you have to take it really seriously in the moment?
Oh, no. We had a ball. We were constantly laughing. We were constantly cracking jokes. Happily, we all got along with each other really, really well. So there was always laughter, and then they would, of course, yell action, and we would get into it. But no, we were not serious about it.
Your castmate, David Hewlett, directed you in a film.
Yes.
Did he have to beg you, or did you have to beg him?
I guess he begged me. I don't know about... I wouldn't say begging. Listen, I love David, and he came to me and he said, I guess he kind of did beg. Rachel, would you please, would you consider? And of course I would. I mean, it was a no-brainer. I love him, and I would, be happy to do anything that he was in, and it was a fun little adventure for me. And of course, I got to play comedy, and it was a similar character to Teyla, and I got to be with Paul, and it was a lot of fun.
Now, I read the background about your family, and it just sounds so romantic, your parents meeting in Tanzania. Tell me about your mum and dad.
My dad was from a small town in Louisiana. He was a self-proclaimed redneck, highly educated PhD, but a redneck. And
Dr. Redneck to you.
And he was studying third world economies as an economist, working on his PhD, and he had an opportunity to go to Tanzania, where my mum was from, and to continue his studying, and he ended up teaching at the university there. But he met my mum when he decided to climb Mount Kilimanjaro, and she was working at a shoe store. And it was kind of love at first sight. He said that she had to climb this ladder to reach, his particular shoe size, and he said he saw her legs, and that was it. And if you saw my mom's legs, you would understand. She's got some fabulous, fabulous legs on her. But yeah, I mean, so I come from an interracial family, and, they went through a number of struggles. My father, as I said, was from the South, and so he ended up raising us in Canada because he figured that it might be a little bit more amenable to that blend of uniqueness that we were. But yeah, they were an amazing couple. I sadly lost my dad a year and a half ago, but my parents were married for 47 years, and they were an amazing couple from completely different sides of the world, but they complemented each other in wonderful ways.
So how was growing up in Canada? What did you want to be when you were a little girl?
I wanted to be an architect. Isn't that funny? I actually jumped between either being a master chef, and I still love to cook, so I'm a master chef in my own kitchen, an architect, or an actress. And as you said, I studied dance, and my father was a singer. In fact, everybody in my family sings. We start to sing, and everybody harmonizes, and it's this lovely thing. So there was always entertainment in my family, and I was always a bit of a ham. And it just kind of, I just started booking jobs, and I really enjoyed it. And so architecture went, and I became an actress.
What is your next project you're working on?
It's going to be the movie that I wrote. My husband and I have developed this production company, and this is going to be our first production, and it's called Nemesis, and it's a fantasy action revenge flick, and I play the lead, and it's going to be super cool. Lots of fights, lots of mythology, lots of kind of cool, fantastical effects, and that's what we're gearing up to do.
Is this going to be self-contained, or is this planned to be part one of maybe 5 parts?
Well, listen, we'd love for it to be part one of 5 parts. We'd love for it to spin off into a series. I mean, in this day and age, you never know where these things may go, but we're certainly open to it. But first things first, let's get the movie done.
They're winding us up, so we're going to go to the lightning round now.
Oh, what's the lightning round?
The lightning round is 10 questions in under a minute. So just throw them out as soon as you can. Are you ready?
Oh, I don't know, but okay.
Outside of Stargate, what's the best science fiction TV show?
Doctor Who.
Which Stargate actor do you most want to punch?
David Hewlett. I love you, David.
What's the strangest thing a fan has ever asked you?
Oh gosh, the strangest thing. What shape would you be if you were a shape? Well, a triangle? I don't know. I'm not joking.
Who's your favourite jazz player?
Oh gosh, Ella Fitzgerald.
Best line you ever got to say in Stargate?
Oh, good grief. What's my best line? So much pressure. I can't even recall one. I'm like, I think it was something to Jason, but I can't recall. Oh, da-da-da-da-da.
Who is your favourite female action star besides yourself?
Oh, gosh. Female action star. Oh, God, I'm failing miserably. I'm just failing miserably. I don't know. I'm trying to blank. There's too much pressure.
What will you tell your children if they want to be actors?
Oh, my son has already decided that he wants to be an actor, and I tried to stop him, but I'm saying, listen, I support you fully.
What is the part that you are most glad that you turned down?
Oh, gosh. There was this cheesy movie where I would have to have been totally nude on the top of like a building. It was just weird, and yeah, I'm glad I turned it down.
And a Doctor Who question for you. If you could go back in time to your 14-year-old self, what would your advice to her be?
Oh, gosh. I would just say be yourself for God's sake. And stop worrying about what other people think. You know, just be yourself and enjoy life.
Rachel Luttrell, thank you so much for being with us today.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Thank you.